Today's episode of the Tavern Chat podcast is brought to you in part by Flipboard. Flipboard is one of those apps that you don't realize you're using it as much as you are until you don't have it. My prior phone, which was a Google Pixel, had it pre-installed. I used it constantly. It was a great place to catch current events, stories of interest, just fun stuff, all in one place. And I changed to an iPhone, and it took me a while to figure out that I was missing something, and what I was missing was Flipboard. So, if you don't have it installed on your phone or tablet, go to flipboard.com and correct that now. Hello, and welcome to the Tavern Chat podcast. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR. Your main proprietor at the Tenkar's Tavern blog. So just so you all know, it looks like a stomach virus or stomach flu might be taking root in the Tenkar household, so we shall see how your bartender holds up this week. Maybe I'll have another bout like I had on Wednesday. Hey. So, we're going to address a few quick, small things. Nothing huge. No large drama going on, thank you. But, things to note. ENWorld. They're taking nominations for the best RPG podcast of 2018. And I'm not asking you to nominate yours truly and Tavern Chat. We haven't been around for a full year yet. So I don't think we're even deserving being looked at. But we do have Hobbs and Friends, which most certainly should be on that list. Any nominated. Come on. Roll for Initiative, Save or Die, Thaco's Hammer. There's a Save for Half. There's a bunch of old school gaming podcasts, plus the ones on Anchor. Although the ones on Anchor, again, might not have enough time on to be legitimate, nominations, but I would say go to the thread over on ENWorld and let your voice be heard. I would love to see Roll for Initiative or Save for Half or any of the ones I just mentioned. Hobbs. Jeez. I'd love to see them make a top 10 list. So, do them a favor. Do yourselves a favor. Do the OSR a favor. I dare I say it. Head on over to ENWorld. It's on their front page. And nominate. Nominate some podcasts. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Now, we're going to go over a few other things. I probably mentioned this already, but the Lamentations of the Flame Princess Weird Fantasy Referee book, which gave itself 5 years to complete after James took in the money. And James has produced a shitload of stuff in the meantime. So it's not like James has not been producing. That 5 years, that 5-year span that James did as a joke, saying, this is my joke because all these Kickstarters and Indiegogo projects are always late. So I'm going to give myself 5 years because I won't fucking need it, and therefore I'll be early. I'll be years early. Well, the joke's on all of us and James. Because January is right around the corner. So I guess that you could say that James has less than 2 months to complete this book and put it into print. Right? Actually, it probably has to be close to print already if it's going to be shipped in time. And the last update on the Indiegogo project was this summer. And it wasn't even about the project. The last update about the project was last November. Excuse me. And it's because I had the audacity to kick the cat And the media mandated update came out, which is basically it's ready when it's ready. Well, you know what? Now we're down to 2 months. It's crunch time. So I'd like to see what's going on with that. Now, another one. Far West. 7 years late. At this moment, it was promised in December of 2011. And Gareth Sharka, the icon in the gaming industry, I guess he's iconic for failure to complete. I can make some off-color comments about that, but we'll probably avoid it. We probably don't even want to hear me say that shit. I know I don't, because Gareth the Hutt. Ooh, the whole thought just scares me. But in any case, Gareth, who's been punting the ball for the last 7 years, has gotten to the point where it's now 7 years late. Now, of course, how dare I, as a comment on the Kickstarter, I said he's been silent now for 6 weeks. No updates for 6 weeks. And of course, John F. has to pop in. People roast him for not posting updates, and people roast him for posting updates with no content. So he might as well not post anything. At this point, anyone who really wants their money back will have forced him to pay him back. And the rest of us will wait whatever he does. No, I'm more than willing to kick the tires on this one as often as necessary, because my marriage is 1 month older than this fucking Kickstarter. This wreck. Yeah, I'm a little frustrated. Can you tell? All right, I'm going to step away for a moment. I will be back. 1 sec. I hope I didn't keep you waiting too long. Now, just an observation here, but the Dungeon Master Guide Revised, 2nd edition, the Player's Handbook, 2nd edition, the Monster Manual, 2nd edition, are now available in print on demand on RPG Now, but they aren't hardcovers. They are soft covers. That blows my mind, because I have no problem having an adventure that's in softcover. Adventure is going to be one and done, or a couple of sessions, but rulebooks are used at the table. They are abused and used multiple times. So for somebody to say, give me $25 for a reprint of the 2E DMG, and here it's going to be in wonderful softcover for you. It's like being given a fuck you. I'm sorry. I don't see the point. And I guess that's my bitch, because I'm gonna have to do a whole post, a series of posts about 2E. I played the shit out of 2E back in the day. We gladly left 1E behind, not knowing better, and 2E wasn't a bad system as the books were originally given to you. Well, the 2 books and the fucking, was it monstrous compendium with the cheat inserts, that if you didn't buy those little, I don't know, paper or plastic 3-ring binder stickies that you put on the pages to keep the pages from getting ripped, it didn't last very fucking long. Remember that shit? Man, that was a marketing fail. But we played the shit out of it. And even with the first couple of, what do you call them? The fighter's guide, the clerics, or the fighter's handbook, the cleric's handbook. When the series of handbooks started coming out, it was fine. The initial class books weren't insanely unbalanced, and I still think that the point of contention, or the point where 2E jumped the shark, was Blade Singer. We had one in my party. Dave. I know you're not listening to this podcast, but I still remember your blade singer. Don't remember his name. There more was your paladin. Don't remember the name of the blade singer. But in any case, yeah, Chewie killed himself under splats. But you know what? I guess I should. Oh, by the way, I've been accused of the podcast being a stream of consciousness, and it fucking is to a large extent. I don't pre-write this shit. I come up with a couple of things I want to talk about, pull them up on my screen, and go at it. If I pre-wrote this shit, oh, that would be Ken and what's his name talk about stuff. Tankar talks about shit, scripted, and for your enjoyment. And I will read from... No, so it's not fucking scripted. It is off the cuff. Stream of consciousness, whatever you want to call it. It ain't gonna change. Except for... I think we're at nearly 40 interviews lined up starting this week. I was supposed to have one tomorrow, but I have to punt that one, like I said, due to the stomach bug that's going through the family. I might have uncle duties because I've been able to pick up my niece. And if I don't have uncle duties, I probably don't want to share what is going through the family right now. Or it could be food poisoning, in which case it could be a disgusting mess. But in any case, we got a number of interviews coming up. That's going to be exciting. And I had thought I was going to do one a week, but I'm probably going to be putting up 2 a week because there are weeks I'm recording like 5 or 6. And yes, retirement is a thing of the past, it seems. All right. On that note, we are going to punt until tomorrow. Thank you for listening. If you get a chance and you're on iTunes, give us a rating. Appreciate it. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy. God bless. Roll your dice well. And I will talk with you all tomorrow. Later, laters.